Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you the last upload of 2012 for Pwn. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned in my video before this, I am going on vacation tomorrow, and which means I will not be home in time, and then I believe New Year's I won't be here either. So, you guys will not see me until 2013, so I decided to actually come here and slip in an upload. I did find some time. Even though I should be sleeping so that I can wake up for a 6:40 train, I decided that it felt just really weird leaving it off on live Showdown, which actually I hope went, it looked like it went very decently. I might do some more just like random battle type stuff live. Even though, as you saw, I got quite involved into it. But nonetheless, today we are here with a, I guess, somewhat of a special upload. It'll actually be a little bit more special for a particular person, and this particular person will be Liz. Now, if you guys don't know who Liz is, go back to the Friends Week, because Liz was actually the Togekiss in the Friends Week. She's also a friend of mine. We used to hang out a lot in between my classes at school, and there was one day where she found me team building. So I asked Liz, I said, look, I'm looking to build a Noobers team. Tell me a Noobers Pokemon. She goes, she's like, what's a Noobers Pokemon? I go, well, okay, just tell me a legendary. She goes, Rayquaza. I'm like, okay, Rayquaza, what else? And she goes, Zapdos. I go, well, Zapdos is not really, it's not really a Noobers Pokemon, but give me another one. She's like, Mewtwo. I'm like, okay, Mewtwo, I can do that. So, the whole idea is that I have to go to the Ubas tier and basically make a team around Rayquaza and Mewtwo. Just something for me to do. I mean, just building my normal teams. I'm like, you know what? Give me a challenge. Give me 2 Pokemon that I should be able to use. And I mean, Rayquaza I do use quite a lot. Mewtwo I have used, but I mean, it's not like I use it excessively, even though I do love it. So, today, I'm going to bring you that team, and this team actually turned out to be fairly decently. So the first match, we're actually going to be bringing you 2 matches today. The first match being against Dubby. Now, looking at my team, just to go over it quickly, it is a DD Lumberry, Rayquaza, Calm Mind, Life Orb, Mewtwo. That's going to be a Choice Scarfed Genesect. That's going to be a physically defensive Ferrothorn, a specially defensive Kyogre, and an extreme killer Arceus. So, the team is quite offensive, likes to do a lot of damage, and likes to break down anyone who tries to come in and try to do their own sweeping. So, looking at my opponent's team, nothing really scares me. I mean, the Blaziken, I just have to get a T-Wave off, which I have both on Kyogre and Ferrothorn. Obviously, neither of them, well, I mean, Ferrothorn doesn't want a Flare Blitz or a High Jump Kick, but I mean, hey, it's got the Iron Barbs to punish it. But in the ways it leads, I do know either that Darkrai or that Deoxys Speed will be leading off, so this team actually is kind of lucky in having a way to deal with it, which means that you have to lead off with Scarf Genesect, go for the U-turn, and then either switch into the Rayquaza, if it's a Darkrai, to take the Dark Void, absorb it with the Lumberry, and then proceed to go for the Extreme Speed to take it out, so that the Sash is broken, obviously, with the U-turn, and then either that, or you can do this case, where the Arceus can come in with the Life Orb, just go for the Extreme Speed and kill off Deoxys Speed. So that's what I'm going to do in this situation, take it out. Now, unfortunately, if he did want to switch into Giratina, I wasn't really afraid of that, but he does switch in now. I do not want to be Will-O-Wisp. Now, I make a weird play going to Mewtwo to take it. I probably could have gone into Kyogre instead, now that I look back on this match, because I mean, this guy has Life Orb, he's not going to be living for long, and as you can see, this Ice Beam is going to be a 2-hit KO. So, I mean, it's just going to lower survivability, especially after the Dragon Tail. Now, he brings in my Rayquaza. I really don't care about if I get locked into Outrage. I need this thing dead because it is a big wall. So this is exactly what he's going to go for. He's just going to go for it. He goes into Dialga, though. If I could switch, I would, because this was kind of fishy. And, you know, I mean, you switch into Dialga, it's going to be Scarf. So this thing is Scarf. That's good information to know. I'm going to go into Major Prick, the Ferrothorn, to threaten it out. Now, I know it's going out, so I didn't want to go for T-Wave on the off chance he was going to go into Groudon, so I just go for Leech Seed. This Blaziken comes in. That's okay. Damage on Blaziken is nice. Now, he actually goes for Swords Dance. I go for the T-Wave on the off chance that he didn't want to stay in, but he stays in. He actually doesn't even go for Protect. Now, another thing that I didn't think about in this situation was, I mean, all I'm thinking of is Flare Blitz, Flare Blitz, Flare Blitz. Did not even think about the high jump kick that could be flying in my face, and a +2 is going to take out especially defensive Kyogre. So, unfortunately, I lose Kyogre in that situation, so I almost, like, foddered off 2 of my Pokemon here by giving the burn to Mewtwo. But now he's getting the speed boost. He is paralyzed, though, so I'm not threatened out. So I'm actually going to go into my Mewtwo, just go for the Psy Strike. And at this point, he goes for the Protect, maybe trying to get enough speed, but I think he need +6 speed to be normal speed, which means he's not going to outspeed this guy. Now, since I've gone for Psy Strike, on the off chance he wanted to go into Darkrai and preserve his Sash, predicting me to go for a Psy Strike again, I go for the Aura Sphere, hoping that it will take out the Blaziken regardless. Luckily it does. Darkrai didn't come in. Beautiful. So now Groudon comes in. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, and even with a Life Orb, Groudon lives, and that really sucks because he's actually a Rock Polish set. Now, gonna pause it right here because, as you're gonna see, I sent in Arceus. Now, this is not what I wanted to do. I actually asked in the chat because I wasn't sure. Does a +2 Groudon outspeed a +1 Genesect? And the consensus was yes, just by a little bit, which makes sense. But I wanted to make sure. I think you have to have 100 speed with +1 to be able to beat 90s at +2. I'm not sure how that works quite, but unfortunately, he does outspeed it by I think 3 points or something weird like that. So, what I have to do is send in Arceus to take this thing out, because it will be faster than all my Pokemon and take him out. Now, what I wanted to do is go into Genesect, go for the U-turn, take out the Groudon, and then what that means is I could go into Arceus now, and then if the Algo would come in, I would be able to go for, he'd have to lock himself into something, but I would be able to go for, hopefully, an Earthquake, and then be able to just keep switching in, or switching out with Genesect, you know, wasting it, and then just lock myself into Ice Beam in the end. Or go for U-turn if he sent in the Darkrai, which would break the Sash, which 8 out of 10 use, and then the other ones use either Scarf or Life Orb. And then from there, proceed to try and take the match, but unfortunately that's not the case, so I have to go for the Extreme Speed here to take this guy out, which leaves me in a very fragile position, because as you can see, I've taken a lot of damage, and I mean, I would have taken it anyways from the Earthquake Recoil, so this thing is Scarfed. I know it's going to lock itself in the Fire Blast, and this is where kind of making that mistake with Kyogre and Mewtwo comes into play. So Kyogre would have been really nice to stop this thing from sweeping me. So as a result of me completely forgetting that I had +2 high jump kick on the Blaziken, that is going to kind of cost me the match here, because as you can see, I can't do anything against the Scarf Dialga. So unfortunately, the first match is going to go to my opponent, but of course I'm not going to leave you on a bad note with, end of the year. I was actually kind of hoping for a freeze here. That would have been beautiful. But nope, don't get it. He burns me, and that's going to be the end of the first match. That was an excellent match, Dubby. But like I said, I'm not going to leave you with necessarily a bad mistake made here. So we're going to go into the second match, which is actually going to be against a person by the name of 3639. Now, looking at my opponent's team, I see a Rain team. I see the Manaphy. Manaphy is a big pain in the butt, but I know it is very manageable. I can't get rid of the Rain, but you know what? If he sets up the Rain right then and there, okay, go for it. So, other than that, I have to scout to see what that Arceus is, but I'm pretty sure his Jirachi is going to lead off, so I'm going to lead off with my Genesect again. Now, if you get the nickname of Genesect, you are awesome. Project A649. If you can figure that out, leave it in the comments section, and I'll give you something. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. I just go for the U-turn, go into Rayquaza. Now, the funny thing here is not many people expect V-Create on Rayquaza because, I mean, it leaves him very vulnerable. But I'm going to go for the V-Create here because he might think that I'm going for EQ, and that's what actually happens here with the Arceus Grass. He told me he went in to try and resist the EQ, but no, I went for V-Create, and it's very viable on a Rain team because of Airlock. So, I mean, there's no Rain to stop you. So it's a very powerful move. I just take him out in one shot. Very nice Rayquaza. Big powerhouse. But now he's going to switch into Kyogre, not seeing an item, so he might be thinking that I'm banded. So I'm just going to switch out because obviously I don't want to stay in. Go into Major Prick, which is the best check for Kyogre, as he goes for an Ice Beam. And based on that damage, even though I am physically defensive, I'm assuming this thing is Specs. But at this point, I believe. So now he's going to go to his Excadrill. I believe I just go for the Leech Seed. I didn't want to T-Wave on the off chance this thing came in. Now, thinking about this, I thought he might just want to go and set up a Swords Dance. So I go into Cerebro, the Mewtwo, because I know I'll be faster, and he actually does go for the Swords Dance. I thought he might be even a support set since he has leftovers, and might just want to go for Rapid Spin, keep himself clean. But no, I'm going to go for the Aura Sphere. Now, I don't know what the heck happened here, but with a Life Orb Mewtwo, you're just not finishing off people today, and he's actually going to take it out with a +2 Earthquake. Now, that really sucked, because I would have liked this thing for later. But now Project A649 can come in. Genesect's just going to do its thing in Ubers, U-turn on everything, take out this guy, and that's going to leave me to be able to go into my Kyogre. Now, I wanted to bait out this guy's Kyogre just so that he didn't bring in anything like Terrakion or anything like that. So he brings in the Kyogre. I know I can take a Thunder, and maybe that's Scarfed. Who knows? But I'm a specially defensive one. So luckily, I don't get the Parahacks on myself. I get the T-Wave off on this Kyogre, which is going to make it nice. Now I can go for the Scald, which makes me think that actually he was not Scarfed, he was Specs because I outsped him at this point, so pretty sure he's Specs. But now he's just going to take me out with Second Thunder. I really don't care. I'm just going to go to Major Prick because I can resist it. Now here is another weird thing. What he told me was he thought that because most Ferrothorns carry Gyro Ball, in a pause here, most Ferrothorns carry Gyro Ball for the faster Uber threats in here, so he thought, you know, you don't go for a Gyro Ball on a Kyogre, especially since it's Thunder Wave, so, you know, it's going to do absolutely nothing. So he predicted me to go for something like Stealth Rocks or Spikes or something like that. But no, I actually have Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, Power Whip, and Thunder Wave just because, you know, you need Power Whip to break down people like this. So he's going to send his Terrakion foolishly onto the Power Whip, and I think he knew. Did he know I had Power Whip? Maybe he didn't. Well, he didn't even know that I had Power Whip, so he probably thought I just had Gyro Ball. But now he's going to go for the close combat. I live because I'm physically defensive, and he actually takes himself out to Iron Barbs, and I make the good play and just set up my rocks. And obviously he was stuck in that position. He could have either just switched out, which would have put him in a fragile position, or he could just take himself out upon me. I'm going to go for the Power Up because I know I'm faster than a paralyzed Kyogre, so that is going to clean out the Kyogre. He could have saved that thing for Death Fodder, but really at this point he's in a bad position. But now it's going to come to the point where it's down to his Jirachi and Manaphy, the two most annoying Pokemon on his team. So he's just going to go for Iron Head, and this is where I actually went for Power Up, but then I decided to switch up my strategy. If he's going to keep doing this, what I should do is go for the Leech Seed, because Iron Barbs is going to rack up on this guy, and between Iron Barbs and Leech Seed, it will basically ensure that I stay alive for that Manaphy, and his Jirachi will eventually have to switch out. As you can see here, he does. I know this Manaphy is coming in right here and now, so I'm going to go for the Power Whip and miss. It was a beautiful prediction, but that's okay. It only means that this battle is going to go on for a tiny bit longer. So he's going to go for the Scald. I don't get why Tail Glow and Calm Mindsets run Scald. I thought you would want to run Surf for the extra power, but I guess not. I guess it's not the meta anymore. He's going to go for 2 Scalds. I don't get taken out, but I am going to go for Power Ups to force him to rest so I can try and get a Leech Seed off to give my survivability up. He does go for the rest at this point, as I do go for the Leech Seed, which means that Major Prick is back to all that health that he lost from all these attacks between Jirachi and Manaphy. So, I mean, I'm in a very good position here. But now he's going to send back in his Jirachi. I'm just going to go for the Power Whip, and as you can see, this Jirachi is pretty much at its end. It cannot take down Major Prick because Major Prick is quite literally a Major Prick. So, I'm going to go for Leech Seed. Miss. Now, the reason why I went for Leech Seed is actually because it has more accuracy than Power Whip, plus it would have given me health back. But as you can see, he doesn't die here, and I'm actually going to get flinched. So, you know, I want to make these really good plays, but it's just not happening. Now, at this point, he is luckily going to flinch me. I'm going to say luckily because I actually went for Power Whip, not realizing this thing's going to die upon me. So, he actually preserved me a PP of Power Whipping so that I can actually do right here, right now, except I get paralyzed because that's just my luck. Even if I want to do a New Year's special, that's what's going to happen. So I don't want him setting up too much. I want to get as much damage off. Hopefully I can take him out with a Rayquaza, but I need to scout to see if this thing has speed investment, because I believe it can outspeed a Rayquaza if it has speed investment. So I'm going to go for the +2. Luckily he doesn't get the burn with Scald. I'm going to go for a +2 extreme speed, just to stop him in his tracks from trying to set up anymore. He will have to go and force himself for rests, which means I'll be in a pretty good position to keep him either low if he wants to take me down, or he's just going to have to keep resting off. Now, here I thought he might want to Life Orb stall me, so the next turn I would have Swords Dance and then threatened him like that. But, as a result, he is just going to take me out. He realizes that, hey, he's max HP, max defense, but I am going to be able to outspeed him. After he told me that, I'm going to go for the Outrage and actually be able to take him out. So it doesn't matter how bulky you are, Manaphy, you can't take a hit from Rayquaza, because Rayquaza is powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the match. That was an excellent match, 3-6-3-9. Comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed these battles. Like I said, these are the last battles of 2012. I think we should all give ourselves a round of applause for making it through a year of uploads, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been very fun. So I'm just going to go off on a tiny little rambling. If you want to leave, Happy New Year, but if you want to stay, I just want to say it's been a fantastic year, and thank you so much to all of you who have supported me. The number is up to 111. I think that's amazing. That's a lot more than I predicted when I started this, and a lot more than I thought I would get from, you know, March and April. So, you know, this has been awesome, and I've had a lot of support for it, so, you know, it means a lot to me. And, of course, I will be back in 2013 for a brand new year, tons of uploads and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, I will not be around, I won't be on Pokemon Showdown, nothing like that, so you will know I'm back when I'm back. But I want to wish you all Happy New Year, and good luck and best wishes for yourselves, your families, your families, your wives, your brothers, your sisters, your daughters, your sons, whatever you've got. I wish you all the best, and I hope that we can have another prosperous year on Pwn. So, thank you so much, and I will see you in 2013. Until then, for the last time in 2012, ProPokeNoob here, signing off. Peace.